Section 4, Video 2. So let's try some examples here with simplifying rational expressions. In our first example, we have multiplication occurring on top and bottom. So we can go ahead and cancel as usual. 42 and 56 both have the common factor of 7. So if we factor a 7 out, we get 6. From there, 56, we get an 8. We can go further than that. They're both even. So take a 2 out, we get 3 and 4. We have a k on top and 2 below. So in the end, that's going to leave us with 3 over 4k. Next one we have 45 and 90. 45 goes into 90 twice, and it goes into itself once. We have 2 n's on top, 1 below, which will leave us with an n on top alone and 2 below. When you have addition or subtraction occurring, we can't just cancel like we did above. We have to look more closely at it. And in the notes it says we should factor first. Well, if we look at the top, it's a binomial, and we've been working on this. What do they have in common? They're both divisible by 2. They both have an m. And now if I factor that out, I have 5m plus 6. On the bottom we have 20m cubed. Now what this does is you've taken a question that was adding two monomials to a question that has 2m times a binomial. When you have multiplication, you can cancel as usual. When you have addition and subtraction, they're stuck together by parentheses, which you see right here. But what we can do is we can focus now on what's being multiplied. The 2 and the 20 can be simplified, and there's 3m below. I can turn that into 2 and take away the 1 on top. Again, notice that this is untouched. So we factored out the greatest common factor to create a multiplication problem, and then we can do our canceling. And this leaves us with 5m plus 6 on top, and below we have 10m squared. Now again, notice I cannot factor the 5 and the 10 because this is bound together. So this is done. And the next one, we also have addition and subtraction. Now we look at the bottom because it's a trinomial and say, can we factor that? Well, I'm going to, we haven't done a lot of these, but I'm going to factor this by trial and error. I know I'm going to have an x term in the first one. These two terms have to multiply together to give you 7x squared, so it must be 7 and 1. The rules of trial and error say that if you have a trinomial of plus and plus, in the parentheses it's plus and plus. Now I look to the factors of 18, and I have 18 and 1, 9 and 2, 6 and 3. Now with trial and error, we try each one. If I try 6 and 3, I look at this product, the outside ones, and I get 21x. Look at the inside product, I get 6x. And lo and behold, that's actually kind of lucky, these two together do give us 27x. So right now we have x plus 3 on top. We have 7x plus 6 times x plus 3. We said that when we have addition and subtraction, we have implied parentheses. But now notice that we've created, from factoring, a multiplication between two binomials, which means I can cross out those two and be left with 1 on top and just 7x plus 6 below. And this ends Section 4, Video 2.